So hi, good evening everybody. This is Bishwajit Datta, Director Success Aid Education Services, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. As you could see that today the discussion basically is absolutely related to CLAT 2023, and I'll be discussing certain important elements that people right now at this stage preparing for CLAT 2023 must be taking into their account in order to perform better in the exams. As you could see that in CLAT 2023, almost for the last 2-3 years, as you could see that the paper has changed. So we have a lot of things now oriented towards the practice. So people making good practices getting more marks. So as you practice more, you are going to get better marks. So at the last preparation, when you have already done almost a year past, prepared completely, now you have few days to cover it up. So what is to be done for the last 40 days? यदि आज से हम कैलकुलेट करें तो वी आर हैविंग जस्ट 40 to 41 डेज. तो आखिरी 40 दिनों में हमें क्या करना चाहिए, क्या करने से हमारे बेटर रिस्पॉन्सेज आएंगे, या क्या हमको एड ऑन करना चाहिए सो दैट द प्रिपरेशन इज गोइंग टू बिकम एब्सोल्युटली कंप्लीट. I was analyzing this from the morning while taking the class as to what should I speak on this particular topic when I have just 40 days to work on CLAT 2023. You could see that there are certain major elements that I would like to bring out in front of you. Number one, current affairs. As you have seen that the CLAT consortium has come out with two different sample papers. There is no big difference in these two sample papers, but looking at those sample papers, understanding those sample papers will make one clear cut way. That is what the consortium is thinking, what is going on in the minds of the consortium, what consortium is going to bring in the paper that would make the paper relatively okay, that should make the paper relatively justified in the minds of the students who are going to write for CLAT 2023. So what I have seen that they have taken current affairs from every month. I mean, if you take up the issues, you will find out from June onwards they have taken up the issues. तो हर महीने का एक issue they have tried to take in the paper. So what I am expecting that this year they would be putting whatever issues in the paper. I am sure that none of the issues would be coming from the same month or coming from 2-3 months. They may come from number of months. So what is that strategy that would help you out to figure out that scattering of questions, that scattering of topics coming out in the form of a spectrum? Now what you have to do, you have to select top 10 issues of every month. Top 10 issues of every month from June onwards. That means from June to November. June, July, August, September, October and November. At least for these 6 months. Please try to select the most important 10 issues from 6 months. So you would be having a total of 60 issues. Now it is quite possible that somebody who would be searching for the top issues of the month, sometimes you may have 9 issues, sometimes you may have more than 10 issues. So out of those issues, you have to only select 10 first of all in that strategy. That means we are going to select 60 issues for the last 6 months, having 10 issues from each month. Okay? The most top 10 issues of every month has to be taken into your preparations. And try to figure out each and everything, whatever that you can do in those 10 issues. Any element, any point, any information, anything that is associated with those 10 issues of the month should not go out of your grip. ऐसे 10 issues आप पकड़ के रखो. This will give you probable chance to have those issues in the paper. See, whenever we prepare GK, for example, you have prepared GK for the whole month, then you went to the next month. And this way when you move further, then what will happen? You may forget the issues that you have already covered in the previous month. So therefore, keeping these 10 issues in your mind would help you to aggregate your preparation. This will help you to add on your preparations. So please do remember, keep 10 issues of every month. Have a fantastic preparations on every element that is very important in those 10 issues. So there are probable chances that one of the issues may come in the paper. See, any general issues that you have covered may come in the paper. If any specific issues that the examiner is thinking to bring out in the paper, you are not going to lose if you keep those 10 issues in the paper. See, आप सारे issues पढ़ते हो. You must be studying every element of the issue. You must be studying every issues of the month. I'm sure about it. You may be studying from different resources to make your preparations properly well managed. I'm sure that. I'm 100% sure about it. Every one of us are doing that. But I'm talking about those important 10 issues that you never wanted to leave. What are those 10 issues? Please select those 10 issues and believe me that 10 issues are going to help a lot. Right? So ऐसे 10 issues per month into 6 would make you 60 different issues of 6 different months are going to add on a fantastic preparation of current affairs. So this is one part that you need to do, जो मुझे लगता करना चाहिए. Second is quant. I have seen that during the last level of preparations, right now, whatever that classes we are conducting, we have seen people are doing all those sections, almost all the 5 sections, but people are not at all ready to invest more time on maths. Believe me, whatever that they have studied now, what they feel that we need not to invest time on maths because it is a very time consuming task, and putting those extra time on maths only that for 15 questions are going to be very risky. I could quote some examples. People scored 82 marks and still were not able to manage to go to NLIU Bhopal just because that the student has not attempted any of the mathematics questions. 2-3 questions और यदि कोई कर देता, हमारे यहाँ का एग्जाम्पल है, तो NLIU भोपाल चला जाता. तो प्लीज 5 नंबर भी, 10 नंबर भी, 8 नंबर भी यदि आपके मैथ्स में आते हैं ना, दैट इज ग्रेट स्कोर. When there is lot of passage based preparations, you have a very less objective preparations in the paper. Believe me, even if you have a small passage based questions in maths, see, any question on maths would not have too much of lengthy material in that to read. You will have very limited amount of information to read, and if you know the concept, you are able to solve it. Now, people who are doing everything in mathematics, there is no issue for such people. They are absolutely going to do well in the exams. I'm specifically talking about all such people who are at a score of 50, who are at a score of 55 and so on, are not at all interested in scoring anything in mathematics. So to such students, please do these 5 different topics. That's all. See, you have many topics in mathematics sections. All I'm asking you to do only 5 different topics. Start with percentage, go to fraction, then average, work in time, and then mensuration. That is 2-dimensional. I'm not even asking for 3D like cuboid, cube, cone, frustum of a cone, cylinder, sphere, nothing like that. All I'm asking you to have the understanding of 2D mensuration, which is nothing but just a triangle, quadrilaterals and circle. That's all. How to calculate the measurements of every physical quantity associated with 3 different figures, that is triangle, quadrilaterals, and when it comes to quadrilateral, the various types of quadrilateral, starting with parallelogram to rectangle to square to rhombus to trapezium and circle. That's all. Believe me, these 5 topics will definitely give you something in the paper, which I'm 100% sure that would guarantee compensate your scores in the paper. So this part is to be very sincerely taken to your preparations. हर student को लेना चाहिए, I would say. See, for critical reasoning, English and legal reasoning, I would not say that right now at this point of time when you have only 40 days of time in your hand, you should be studying something new. You should be studying some new act. You should be studying something which is right now happening. See, as you know, that some people may say that there is no prior knowledge to be required for legal reasoning, but I'm telling you there is required. If you have something to acknowledge, you while reading a particular passage would help you definitely in the paper. So whatever that you have studied is well and good. Whatever mocks that you have studied, try to recollect those mocks. Let's say somebody has written 40 mocks so far. Now I want those 40 mocks to be revised again. Now, if you start working with the first mock and go to 40 mocks, it would become absolutely very monotonous. For anybody, this would not be possibly done. So try to divide those 40 mocks into 2 parts. Keep 20 mocks for an example, or keep 25 mocks, and try to solve those 25 mocks, especially these 3 sections: CR, English and legal, in the form of sectional format. Just to do the sectional format of these three sections for 25 marks. Somebody who has done 40 marks, now we need to divide into 20 and 20, or maybe 25 and 15. So out of those 25 marks, you would be having 25 sectional tests for CR, 25 sectional tests for English, and 25 sectional tests for legal. So what I'm actually talking about keeping your mind being prepared to understand the variety of argument only for those selected sectional test papers. Isn't it? See, everything that you're going to face in the paper is going to be the reflection of what you have studied. So if you are able to consolidate those 25 mock test papers, particularly for these three sections, okay, and you are able to recall it back while doing your paper, while doing the question paper in the real CLAT examination, then I'm sure that preparation is absolutely going to give a synergy to your writing ability of the paper. So just make your mind to solve 25 sectional test papers of these three different sections, okay, particularly for those mock test papers that we have done. My intention is here to make all those 40, 45 or 50, whatever mock test papers a student has already done, to be able to revise them completely before the actual examination. Now to revise it again from mock 1 to the last mock is going to be very tough, and it is going to be very complex and time consuming. So to handle it well, divide it into two parts, do 25 mock test papers, dividing into the sectional test forms, okay? 25 legal reasoning, 25 critical reasoning, and 25 English. This would help you to consolidate your preparations on these three different sections. As a result, you could see that in these 3 points, 1, 2, 3, you will be able to prepare almost all the 5 different sections of the paper, and this would absolutely going to add lot of values in your preparations. And last is mock test papers. यदि आपने 40 mock test paper या 50 mock test papers दिया है, for an example 45 mock test papers दिया है, सबने लगभग 40 से 50 mock test papers तो अब तक दे दिए होंगे, नहीं भी तो 30 mock test paper दिए होंगे, 35 mock test papers दिए होंगे, तो उसको आप अपने हिसाब से रेशियो के हिसाब से आप इसको डिवाइड कर लो. तो इस mock test papers में solve another 20 mock test papers in the next 40 days, and these 40 mock test papers could be the mixture of some mock test paper that you have already done and some mock test papers which are absolutely new. It is quite possible that somebody could do 20 new mock test papers. It is quite possible that somebody do 10 old mock test papers and 10 to 15 another new mock test papers. That means in every 2 days you are writing a mock. So you have 40 days you are writing 20 marks. 1 day in writing, and then in the same day and some part of maybe tomorrow could be utilized in analyzing that mock. So all that you have analyzed, if put together, getting summed up well, you are able to get a fantastic score that would help you to get into a very good national law university. So these are certain things that I believe somebody, if put it in the action plan, this is going to serve you well in the form of a strategy, and at the same time it will make you updated, it will make you busy, it will make you absolutely full of energy for the next 40 days, and this would not be easy, I mean going to be very tough, because you need to have a complete disciplined strategy to be followed for the next 40 days, and 1 day miss is going to bring lot of extra work to be coming for the next day particularly. So therefore these 40 days are going to be very tough and would definitely keep you at a very high energy level. So if you feel that you can do it, believe me, something great is going to come in your life in the next 50-55 days. Hope you have liked this session. We are Success at Education Services. If you think that you need absolutely new mocks, completely new mocks, we are available with absolutely 30 new mock test papers, absolutely to be done for the next 40 days and so on. So from 20 mocks to 30 mocks, if you feel like doing, you are absolutely free to ask. We'll help you out in this particular sessions, in this particular section of writing mock test papers and bringing a very fantastic ability of solving the test paper within the prescribed time limit. I hope you liked the session and inquire us for the mock test papers. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and bye-bye.